Today, we're talking about respect in the context of dating. Fellas, let's talk about the responsibility and respect in a relationship. And I'm pass the floor to Mr. Anderson.
First thing, of course, is the listening part. Of course, you have to hear each other out seriously. And then, I think this is what's missing, in relationships today in general.
Mhm.
And that's probably why there's many divorces. I don't know. But you have to let, your partners know, each other know that you appreciate them, that you value them, that you honor
Yeah.
them. I don't be seeing that. I don't be seeing that. Like, give them their praise, honor them. Where is
Yeah.
that at? Just like, oh, you did that? Okay, good. Talk about your day with each other. Sit down at the dinner table, have a conversation. Too busy arguing this and that for what reason? That
You got a
that's not gonna
point.
that's not gonna solve nothing at the end of the day. It's not. Bickering back and forth, you going to bed angry with each other, you waking up, pissing off with each other, fighting all over again. Like, who wants to be in that type of relationship? I don't. I don't. But
That
you have
99.
to no, you have to respect. Here's the thing. You have to respect yourself first. That's the number one
Yes.
thing. Because if you can't respect yourself first, how in the freaking world you're come on
Yeah.
now. Like, really?
Exactly.
Really?
I feel like you have to respect both parties in the relationship. This goes back to, I believe, show number one, the 50-50. It's 50% your part, 50% the other partner's part on the relationship. I'm sorry to tell you, but don't go into a relationship without having the right goal in mind, because it's just quote unquote wrong for you to go on in a relationship and just be entirely disrespectful, talk very hateful about each other. It's literally not healthy. I understand you're supposed to argue from time to time, but
Yeah.
just don't do that because it's not healthy for you. And I'm sorry to tell you, but the disrespect in relationships don't build on to your life, because the disrespect in relationships affect you mentally, physically, socially. If a man tells a woman how ugly she is, how unfit she is, that is quote unquote called disrespect, and that hits her self esteem. Vice versa. If a woman tells a man he's not man enough to be for this relationship, that quote unquote her self esteem disrespects the relationship. You understand? It's all about
Well-
social boundaries.
No,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
on that end, I feel that that's just being honest.
Do tell. Do tell. Do tell.
Well, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Like, if a woman comes up to a man and says, "Well, you're not manly enough," because some men out there just aren't manly enough. And if a man tells a woman that, tree monster, I think it's just all about honesty. But there's a quote.
So,
Not-
let me ask this. The question
Wait.
goes on the floor.
Hey, how you say it? Boom.
At its core, the ego is simply our sense of self-importance and self-esteem. But when left unchecked, it can lead us to value how we appear to others more than growth and progress, leading us to avoid failure at all times. Fellas, what has your ego cost you? We're going to start with Prince TJ.
I gotta say it, but my ego has costed me doing my daytime show. My daytime show. The first one that I was supposed to have, in 2022. It's supposed to be, well, if y'all don't know, I have a pilot called It's TJ. No, if you wondering where it's at now, because it didn't get picked up
Since this.
because there was so much going on. My ego was just big at that moment, and I would never deny that my ego has put me in a place where it's made me feel that I'm bigger than someone else. And I would definitely won't decline that, because I think these fellas can back that up. Like, Prince TJ has a huge ego. What did Beyonce say? Got a big ego, you know? So I definitely have a big ego. And definitely my ego definitely gets in the way a lot of projects and a lot of things. And I think that's why we definitely had a lot of fallout last year when we were working together. I don't know if y'all fellas remember, but it was this one time when we had a conversation on the show, and the commercial break, everybody was silent. Everybody was not talking. Not how it is now. That's how it sounded, y'all, during the breaks. And it was because I allowed my ego to get in the way of certain things. I took what was on that show and I took it behind the scenes. So when we have our debates on scene, I take that behind the scenes and I let my ego get in the way of that. But now it's a whole new year. I've changed, I've matured, I have, everything in between. So we good now, y'all.
But this one, and I'm quite honestly, I'm dealing with this right now, still to this day, honestly. Because I don't think y'all know this or anybody knows this. But actually, y'all, like right now, as of 2024, like this was supposed to be my second year in the classroom as a teacher.
Oh.
Yeah. And that is one of my biggest regrets, my mistakes in my entire life. Because as of still to this day, I'm still in college. And I wish back in 2019, I had stayed at the university that I was at. But I didn't. And I regret that to this day. I seriously do. But time is going slow now. It is going slow. And I don't know that will I ever be in the classroom. The focus of true love extends beyond self-gratification. Now it's about mutual growth, support, respect, and understanding. Now both partners, they are invested in each other's happiness and their well-being. So, and also get this, because true love means accepting each other's imperfections and loving the whole person, their flaws, all of it, which I love greatly. Now, fellas, do you agree with this here? Do you agree with this here about true love?
Absolutely. True love definitely means, accepting that person for who they are, all their flaws and what they're worth, and, their imperfections, like Damien said. So definitely, if you could love somebody, love with your love all. Don't just love their looks. Don't just love their eyes. Don't just love, their voice. Love all of it. Love all of it. I like to say, if you're gonna love me, you're gonna love you're gonna love everything that comes with me. That's me, my friend, my family, my food. So
come on now,
everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Because just like what you said, Prince TJ, you can't just like only like certain like with the looks, with the eyes, this and that. No, if you love me, you gotta love all of me, seriously. And I quite experienced that in one of my relationships, because this person has said to me that they love everything about me. Seriously, they did. They love everything about me, but then they was like, oh, wait a minute. No, I don't like your personality. Or no, I don't think you're handsome anymore. I think you're this way. I'm like, wait a minute, why did you tell me something firsthand, but then out of nowhere, out of the blue, you just saying, see, you gotta be upfront with people. Like once, if you want to be in a relationship, you're gonna start dating. You have to have those serious talks because you can't. I know it will happen later on down the road, but I mean, let's talking about it firsthand so we know where we at. Do I want to continue on with this relationship or not? Am I right
Right.
about that? Because
Oh,
who wants to hear that later down to the road in the middle? I certainly no.
it's always when the couple breaks up and they be like, I didn't want to be with your ugly ass anyway. I'm like,
Yes.
wait a minute. What? Now I'm ugly because you were just with me for all the time. And now I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Or, when in the relationship, they'll be like, well, you ugly. Well, you with this ugly person. All right. So,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
You need to be upfront with people because
Yes.
when you tell somebody the truth later, it really, really takes a toll. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be honest, 100%. I think we stay honest here. I never really experienced true love before. Never really experienced it. Never really experienced it because I will kind of be taken for granted, and I will kind of be led on to something that's not there. I think I told TJ this story. You remember on the radio I was telling you about this Valentine's Day fail?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like we was chilling, having a good time, talking all the time. Did what I was supposed to do, did what I was going to do, and everything in between. And come Valentine's Day, break up with me right before I do my late night show. And later on the line, you just start telling the truth. And she's like, well, I didn't want to hurt you. Well, it would have been better if you would have told me then before telling me now. You understand?
Exactly.
And low key, I just kind of like to distance from love now because of the trauma. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be told something totally different. I don't want to get your first impression and then later on down the line, I don't want to get your come again.
Yeah.
Because that's all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, Prince TJ.
Wait, so Brad, do you have trust issues?
No, I don't have trust issues because I can trust people, but I just kind of over it. I'm just over it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not like I don't trust nobody. I can trust somebody. Like that's me, vice versa. Like I want people to trust me as if I could trust them. Because
Right.
I'm built on trust. I need people to be trustworthy because if you're not trustworthy, then you can't never go nowhere. But me personally, I'm just like, why take the time to go through that again? You know what I'm saying? Where it's just not going to be truthful. It's not going to be right. It's just not going to work out. So why even bother? You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely. When do you think you would fall in love again then?
Maybe so. But at the moment, I'm not really interested in it no more.
But then when do you think?
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, it's been a cycle where I would say high school, then senior year, then college, after college. I don't know. It just happens when it happens. I don't really have time for that.
Okay. And I can totally feel you on that, Bry'Neir, because with me, like I don't know, will I ever find that true love for me? Because I thought in that one relationship I was in, like we was both at one point very committed with each other, and we thought that no, seriously, that we was going to like end up being together. Like we at one point we had those talks with each other, and I was so very invested into that. But then out of nowhere, it's like that person had truly broke my heart, like for real, broke my heart. And I'm like, I don't want to ever experience that again. Like seriously.
I believe you in that, man, because when a fella's heart is broken, it's totally not the end of the world. But when a woman's heart is broken, it's love song after love song after love song. I get what you're saying on that. If a man wants to be seen as worthy as the woman he wants to have a good relationship with. He allows himself to show leadership, but during situations that need to be dealt with immediately, it's the man that should step forward and handle the crisis. Gentlemen, should the man lead a relationship?
Absolutely not. Of course, in certain situations, I feel like it depends on the situation. I truly do. I truly do. And if either one of y'all sit up on this show and say that one or the other should lead in a relationship, you're wrong. Because I remember us having this similar talk on the first show, 50-50. And I feel that if it's 50-50, that there shouldn't be 56, 40, 49. No, it should be 50-50. So, but I do feel that in certain situations where the man has to take care of his household, he has to protect his household, he has to protect his woman. But I also feel like the woman can do that as well.
Interesting point. What do you think, Damien?
What I think is, the question was, should men lead in a relationship? Absolutely. Because this is how I was raised. It is our job to protect. That should be our number one priority, is to protect. Because if we're not doing that, I feel, of course, everything's going to go downhill. Everything's not going to work out because you can't even protect your own woman. You can't even possibly do that. And for me, that's kind of like sad. That saddens me. It really does.
But it's not leading though.
But us men, we are the ones. Again, how I grew up, how I was raised, and seeing men's in my neighborhood and stuff. They always took the lead. They always took control of things because that's how they was raised. That's how their moms taught them, is you have to do this for a woman. You have to do this and that. Yes, you need to let a woman do, certain things. Let them be, independent on their own. But you have to step in and do what you got to do. You can't sit around and not do nothing and not contribute to nothing. You have to do something. You have to. So it's their job. It's their job all day, every day. It doesn't matter what situation, what relationship you're kind of in. At the end of the day, us men have to step up our plate and do what we need to do. Yes, Prince TJ. At the end of the day, we have to do what needs to be done. At the end of the day,
the man is the protector. The man is the protector.
Not always.
He protects the house. Literally.
What do you mean not always?
I mean, that's not all relationship.
I'm sorry, but the man is a protector. The man lays down the bricks. The man does this. The man does that. The man has responsibilities to protect his girlfriend, to protect his wife, to protect his kid, to protect his children. Protection does not have to be in a household. Protection is of your relationship. The man puts it down. The man provides. The man does this. The man does that. A lot of women say, my man is this. My man does this for me. My man. The man is the protector. Yes, the man is the protector. And I get it. I get what you're saying. Sometimes women can lead the relationship as well.
It's a yes and no what you're saying. Man. And no, I feel like the generation that, well, Damien, when you were saying how you were raised, and how we all were raised, I feel like the generation that we were raised by came from sexualizing, came from categorizing genders. like, just take us back to the first show. I feel that there is no gender roles in a relationship. There is no, a man has to take out the trash. A woman has to cook. I don't feel that way. A man doesn't have to protect his household. I'm not saying that I won't protect my house, because I definitely will, but I'm not saying it's required. That makes sense. But I do think you should protect your household. Definitely think you should protect your household, but it's not a requirement. But I think either or. I think we just now need to stop categorizing gender, stop sexualizing, because there's no need for it. There's no need for it.
It's not about I get what you're saying, because a lot of people do sexualize and genderize a lot of things. Yes, because we've been in a generation where the men and the women, but a lot of times, men need women and women need men.
Of course.
TJ, I want to hear your thoughts on this right here. Do you let's see, I need to hear. Do you think parents today should they lie to their kids?
Okay.
Oh.
Depending on the situation, and I say depending on the situation because there's, like I said before, like I said in the prior statement, there are some things that kids need to know. There are some things that they don't need to know. And sometimes it is our business. Sometimes it ain't our business.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, good.
Well, should parents lie to their kids? I say no, y'all. I say no. Because, of course, it's wrong. Or it really is wrong. Why are you lying to your kids for? Because we all know kids today, they're very smart, you guys. They pick on things very quickly than us old people. Like, seriously, y'all. Like, seriously.
Wait, Damien. Well, I don't think you can say no, because what if?
Why not?
What if you had a 5-year-old come up to you, Daddy, what does sex mean? What would you say? You ain't gonna be like, yeah, or oh no. A 5-year-old wouldn't ask that. What am I saying? What if a 5-year-old came up to you? What if your 5-year-old kid came up to you and said, "How was I born?" What would you say? You're not gonna say, "Oh, me and your mama had a great time." You're not gonna say that.
No, but I'm going to tell her the truth, though. I'm going to break it down to her level, though. I'm going to break it down to her level to where she can understand.